Hi, welcome to my channel, Make It with Miranda, where I make over furniture and do a variety of DIYs. So join me while we get creative and make something beautiful.
Supplies you will need: a 6-cube storage stand, 16-inch by 4-foot project board will be for the top of the TV stand. This 12-inch by 4-foot project panel will be cut down for the 2 doors. 3 pieces of 4-foot lath from Lowe's will be the trim for the doors. 3 pieces of 1x3s and 2x2s will be for the new base, and a 4-pack of small hinges and 2 knobs also for the doors. First, measure how long you will need your wood top to be and cut off the excess. I did a little over 2 inches overhang on each side. I decided I wanted to distress the top a little by using a screwdriver and a hammer. Then I went to sanding with a 220 grit sandpaper. For the top of this TV stand, I went with the Minwax Provincial Stain and ended up doing 2 coats. After a few hours, I used a semi-gloss polyurethane. I let that dry for 24 hours before giving it a light sand with 240 grit sandpaper, then did another layer of poly. For the doors, I used the 1-foot by 4-foot project panel and cut it down to make 2 doors. I went with the same Minwax Provincial Stain, and after the stain was completely dry, I used the 3 lathe pieces to make a trim border on the doors. This is optional, and you can really do so much with the doors to make them unique and fit your style. For the knobs, I stained them the same provincial stain and wanted to make them stand out a little bit, so I painted the center with the Old Soul Gray paint by Melange, which is the same paint the TV stand will be. Time for the base and legs. First, I measured to find the right placement for the new base. Then went to cutting the aprons and legs. You have seen me do this same base before, which is DIY wife's original design, and she has a wonderful tutorial on her page, so please go check her out. I wanted to elevate this TV stand off the floor to make it look more polished, so this new base was the perfect solution. Time to work on the cube storage. First, I filled in the holes on each side, then removed the back panel. The two center cubes will eventually be covered with a new decorative backing. Once the wood filler was dry, I gave the entire piece a good scuff sand before moving on to spray primer. I love this spray primer. It helps me get into all the nooks and crannies of this piece. I definitely fell in love with this Melange paint since I recently first used it. I chose the Old Soul Gray for this piece. It has beautiful blue undertones to it, and like I've said before, the mineral paint just goes on so smoothly. Here I'm starting with the zebra corner brush and getting each corner of the cubes before moving on to the rest of the piece. I ended up only needing one coat. This stuff is seriously so amazing. When it was time to do a poly coat, I mixed my matte polyacrylic with a little of the Melange paint and did a total of 2 coats with that. Time for finishing touches. I flipped over the cube storage and made sure all the sides were even before screwing it in place. Then I moved on to adding the hinges and screwing the door on as well, which is definitely tricky by yourself. I recommend doing that with another person. The decorative backing to the middle portion. I believe this backing was once a tablecloth from the Dollar General. It is finished. You all, I had such a great time with this project. I loved how it turned out, so much so that I still have this in my house. I currently have my record player on top with records in the middle and just use the storage on the sides for miscellaneous items. And what's awesome about this is you can really design it to fit your style and your home. So go grab a cube storage and get to creating. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit like, subscribe, and I will see you again soon.